There are moments in life when you suddenly realize you've collected more excuses than achievements. This is the story of a young man who spent years waiting for the right time until one small habit, one tiny object, changed everything. And by the end of this video, you may never look at your life the same way again. In a quiet town on the outskirts of Ohio, lived an 18-year-old boy named Evan Parker. From the outside, he looked like every other teenager trying to figure out life. But on the inside, he carried a battle that no one else could see. People around him whispered that he was lazy, unmotivated, a kid who didn't care about anything. But the truth was very different. Evan wasn't lazy, he wasn't weak, he wasn't stupid. He simply had a silent habit that was slowly destroying his confidence. He kept telling himself, "I'll do it tomorrow." Every homework assignment, every small responsibility, every dream he had, all of it got pushed into the tomorrow folder that never opened. His room stayed messy, his schoolwork stayed undone, and his goals stayed untouched. As weeks passed, his grades fell, and the more they fell, the more he retreated into silence. At night, he would lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, whispering to himself, "Why can't I change? Why does it feel like I'm stuck in the same place while everyone else is moving forward?" But of course, those questions had no answers. His mom noticed the change before anyone else. One evening, after he came home with another failing paper, she sat beside him on the couch. Her voice didn't carry anger, it carried sadness. "Evan," she said, "life doesn't wait for anyone. Every day you waste becomes a stone you carry into the next day. And if you don't change now, those stones will crush you." Evan nodded half-heartedly, pretending to listen, but inside he thought, "It's just one day. One day won't matter." But life has a way of teaching lessons through unexpected people. In that same town lived an older man named Mr. Dalton, a retired Navy veteran known for helping kids who felt lost or stuck. Evan's father decided to take him there one Saturday morning. When they walked into the small workshop behind Mr. Dalton's house, the old man looked up from his tools and stared directly into Evan's tired eyes. "So," he said calmly, "you're the kid who keeps waiting for tomorrow." Evan lowered his gaze, embarrassed. Without saying another word, Mr. Dalton reached for a clear glass jar and placed it on the table. Then he grabbed a small bag of blue marbles and handed them to Evan. "This," he said, tapping the jar lightly, "is your new assignment. Every morning, after you wake up, choose one meaningful task. Not 5, not 3, just one. When you complete it, drop a marble into this jar. If you skip the task, you leave the jar empty. Come back in 30 days. It sounded simple. Too simple even. Childish. But something about the old man's tone made Evan take the jar home. The next morning, he faced his first fight, not with schoolwork or chores, but with himself. He had planned to clean his room, but the moment he woke up, his brain screamed for comfort. "Do it later." His bed was warm. His phone felt tempting. His excuses felt familiar. But then he glanced at the empty jar on his desk. Seeing it clear and hollow made him feel strangely ashamed. With a frustrated sigh, he forced himself up, cleaned his room, organized his desk, and when he was done, he picked up one marble and dropped it into the jar. Clink. A tiny sound. But for him, it felt like victory. Day 2, another marble. Day 3, no marble. Day 4, success. Day 5, failure. Day 6, failure again. Day 7, success. Some days the jar stayed empty and Evan felt defeated. Other days he heard the satisfying clink of another marble hitting the glass, and something inside him lit up. The more marbles he added, the more he wanted to keep going. He didn't want to break the streak. He started finishing homework early, doing short workouts, reading a few pages of books, tiny tasks, but they made him feel alive for years in front of him. He wasn't becoming a new person overnight, but little by little, He was proving to himself that he could change. 30 days later, Evan returned to Mr. Dalton with the jar in his hands. Inside were 18 blue marbles. Not 30, not even close. But it was 18 more than he had collected in his entire life. Evan looked down and said quietly, "I'm sorry, I couldn't fill it." Mr. Dalton smiled, a warm, encouraging smile that felt like sunlight on a cold morning. "Son, don't think about what you didn't do. Look at what you did do. Before this, you had 0 marbles, 0 discipline, 0 momentum. Today, you have 18 days of proving to yourself that you're capable of change. That's not failure. That's progress." He tapped the jar lightly and continued, "This is the power of consistency. People think success comes from talent or intelligence. They're wrong. It comes from small habits repeated every day, the ones nobody sees, but everyone eventually notices." Those words didn't just reach Evan, they transformed him. He went home with a fire inside his chest. He began waking up at the same time daily. He started journaling for 5 minutes every morning. He studied with focus instead of fear. He worked out a little, read a little, cleaned a little. His life began to shift, not because he changed everything, but because he changed one thing at a time. Months passed. His grades rose. His confidence grew. The kid who once couldn't finish his simple assignment without delaying it now managed his schedule with pride. 1 year later, Evan had built strong habits, strong discipline, and a strong belief in himself. That same year, he launched a small online business selling digital artwork, something he always wanted to do but never had the courage to start. At first, only a few people bought, but slowly his business grew, then steadily, then surprisingly fast. People admired his work ethic, his consistency, his resilience. And Evan realized something powerful. The boy who once waited for tomorrow had learned how to take action today. My friend, this story isn't just about Evan. It's about you, your excuses, your tomorrows, your unfinished dreams. Maybe you've been delaying your goals. Maybe you keep telling yourself you'll start next week, next month, or when things calm down. But remember this, tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Momentum starts now. Your new life begins with one small habit. Not a giant leap, not a dramatic change. Just one task, one decision, one step. Pick your habit today and start your first marble.